Hey everybody, this is Herschel Froome from High School Top 200. This next team in the preseason rankings is Shirley Boys High School from down Christchurch. Um, Shirley Boys I ranked really highly last year, um, and they were a good team. They did have a really good outfit on them, and they did go out there and win some big games and stayed real competitive. I actually think they should have, actually not could have, should have won um, the UC competition. Um, a bit hard when you go up against any kind of Christchurch side, but I think that they did have the team last year. Things were a lot of the games were a lot up and down, depending on who the opponent was. They always kind of played to the skills of the team that they were playing up against, which is always a weird kind of um, uh, weird kind of trait to have on teams that do play that kind of way. They had superstars in their team, I think. And for some reason, it just didn't pay off in a lot of games like you would think that it would pay off. And so they went through those kind of struggles last year, but this year they've lost some really good players. They've lost probably their best players, um, but they still have a really good core group that come back that I think can um, still rank really highly even within the UC Cup. They're going to have some struggles, but at first because you're going to have to try and find out um, who can play those positions and who can um, or who is reliable in those positions that you really want and that you really need and things like that. And so they're going to have to try and figure that stuff out. Um, Dallas Onasai and Darius Fido, along with Viliami um, Masivaka, I think his last name is Musivaka, or something like that. Sorry, bro. Anyways, these three, such a big front row. They got the big bodies, smash boys around. They smash guys around the field. Dallas can also play number 8, so it depends on where they want to put him, whether it's at hooker or number 8. He can go to whatever, depending on whatever needs that you need. So, but I personally think that if he stays in hooker, it's going to be more of an advantage for him in his game time. Um, Sort of on a selfish level, it's going to be better for him. But obviously, when team needs, you just have to go with team needs because it's about the team. But if those three stay active for a while they're on the field, I think they have some other good props that come through. Like Tristan's another one that comes through as well. Um, uh, Tristan Sweeper, and so once he comes on the field as well, he'll still add that mobility to the team that they need, and they still add that mobility that they need to get around the field and sort of and keep the momentum going if they have that momentum on the physical game. So if Darius and Dallas and Viliami can hold out, wait for that extra burst from Tristan to come in, then things will look good. Um, they have Max Nataki and also Elijah Colson at their locks. I think that those two are the best probably prospects for their locks. Um, Glenn Beardsley is obviously going to be the main player in this team, and he's really good. He was really good last year. So we're going to see what he can do. I think he's a better, because I know he's playing blind side. I think it was sometimes during the games, but I think that he's actually a better open side than he is the blind side. They have another guy Max. They have another guy McGregor Best, who's probably going to be another loose forward that we'll probably have a look at, depending. But Glenn's the one that's going to be there most of the time, and he's going to be the leader of that forward pack. I wouldn't be surprised. He'll probably be my pick for captain, actually, if I had a choice. Glenn would be that guy. Mitchell Barry is probably the front runner for their halfback. Jackson Taylor's still going to be there. Jackson had somewhat an up and down season last year, from my point of view. And it's good to get all that stuff out of the way now because if he can go back and then study up his game a bit and see what his wrongs are and actually realize what things that he did struggle in, and then go out and just work on them. I mean, that's always what it's about. It's just about getting better. He has some other players around him. For my midfield, I would actually look at Nella Sarkisi is probably one guy, as well as Tassi Valavala. I know that, and there's a lot of these guys in the team. You could really switch around. I mean, Liam Hansen is another guy. Jaden Te Awa is another kid, and all these guys, they're all kind of like utility players. And so for me, I guess if you really want to solidify them into a position that you want them to play, I think it's probably best that you do it right at the beginning, because you also got like Connor Edwards is another kid who can play first five, but he's also he can adjust. Jack Tanabe is another kid who can adjust as well, and so all these guys are fellas that I think if you were to find maybe the best quality that they have, and then put them in the position where that quality can really bloom, I think I'd go with it that way. I mean, a lot of them aren't specialists at anything, but they're all just real good athletes, and they're all just real good runners and good defenders as well. And so finding a spot for them wouldn't be hard. It's just finding what qualities that they have that fits those positions. And I think that's where you could probably look at it as well. Cameron Clement is probably another halfback you could probably consider as well. And I mean, like, he might have to battle it out with Mitchell Barry too. So we'll see what it was like. I think once their preseason start, if it hasn't already started, and then just see how they go. But I think a lot of those guys are going to be there in sort of those positions. And then I mean, these guys could actually play really fast. They could play a really quick game plan where if the forwards can keep up with the backs, and they're able to use all that speed that they have and all that athleticism that they have, if the forwards can keep up with them, I think that they can run a lot of teams tired, and they can run a lot of teams off the field, and probably put up some points if they can play defense at the same level as well. I think that this team is always a team that's kind of underrated, but they've actually really done a lot of work within their lower grades to get their first 15 better, and it's actually looking that way. So obviously the programs are working, and developments are working, and the players are getting better. That's my review for Shirley boys. So have a look out for the rest. Go support Shirley boys if you're from that area, if that's your alma mater. Support the boys. Peace.